Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany Benson, one part of Team Benson, and I am in my garden today because we're finally out of the triple digits. So thank you guys for all your prayers. Alright guys, so finally, we are getting what should have been September's weather. So we're out of the triple digits. We're still a little hot. We are gathering about like 95 degrees during the heat of the day, but it'll be like 70 in the morning and then like 95 and then like 60 at night. So really weird time for Arizona, but it's a time we can kind of get some stuff into the ground. Which thank God, I was starting to worry about this, guys. But I have a lot of things going on in my garden, and I planted everything that I started. So now I'm getting ready to plant some new starts, and this is just going to be my cycle for the next couple of months. Basically just starting some seeds and planting them where they have room and where they can go. This is when my garden is going to get a little bit mixed matched because I'm just going to start filling spaces. So everywhere I have spaces, that's where I'm going to put something that I'm starting. Now I do still have the roof rat issue. I called the HOA. I'm still waiting for them to do something about it. I'll show you guys something that I just did, and I tested out on a little patch of my garden before doing it everywhere. So that worked in that little space last night. So I'm going to show you guys what I did there. Everything else was dug up, but that space was not. So I'll show you guys what I did there. But today we're going to just do a little walk around. I'm going to show you guys some of the things that I recently planted and what I plan to plant, and then we're going to prune a couple things as well. So guys, this is what I did. Instead of surrounding it by chicken wire, I put the chicken wire on the ground and I just weaved the plants through them. Now, these are ones I started inside, and then that is one that I started from seed out here. So as you can see, the ones I started inside are a little bit more advanced than the one over there, even though that one was started first. But I laid the chicken wire over top, and this whole bed had dig marks in it, except for this area. So I think what I'm going to do is just go through some of the highly digged spots, like especially over here. You guys see these dig marks? Just really big dig patches over here in my cucumber bed. And I'm going to put the chicken wire down, and then that way hopefully they'll stop digging. So I have made it 3 years without anything noticing I had a garden back here. And now all of a sudden the roof rats are like, wait, that's what's back there? Let's get it. So they've been attacking things. So as you guys will see as I'm walking around too, is that some of the plants are still needing a little bit of shade cloth. So I have not put the shade cloth away yet because it is still about 95 degrees, which is really hot for the brassicas. And you'll see that they're starting to get a little bit better. They're starting to get some new leaves, but they're still not completely happy about being planted in a desert in 95 degrees. So I was so excited to show you guys this morning my purple basil, but as you can see, it's topped. The roof rat came in and ate the purple basil and ate all of the Thai basil. So I am going to, it doesn't look the Thai basil is dead, like I see a little bit of leaves on here. So I'm going to let this hopefully try and grow back, and then I'm just going to start covering this bed at night because it does like thyme and it likes basil. Everything else it pretty much leaves alone. So like the chives, the marjoram, the oregano, the rosemary, and the sage, all those get left alone. But the basils and the thyme, they like to eat those. It would be like basil and thyme, that's what they want to eat. I'm like, come on, come on. Now, one thing I'm really starting to plant a lot of, guys, are flowers. So you'll see, I'll show you guys a couple of flowers that I'm planting right now, but the bees are starting to come back. And I'm starting to get peppers. So my shishito peppers are starting to produce shishito peppers, and I'm so excited about that. And also my melon, it is produced melon, so they're just growing. And then I know my beans are gonna start producing beans too. So I wanna get the bees back here and knowing that there's something going on back here, so when the tomatoes are blossoming, then I can get the bees kind of messing with those too as well. So I have a few marigolds. I'm trying to interplant marigolds into my brassica beds, so then that way things won't go in like cabbage loopers and stuff like that. I haven't had a problem with cabbage loopers, more so just the roof rats coming in and eating the leaves. but they've been kind of leaving this area alone. I think mainly because I have the wire. Sorry, I took you guys on a little journey and got stuck on the chicken wire. But over here, look guys, I'm starting to get some blossoms. This is on my tomato plant. This is one of my bush ones. And then my shishito peppers are starting to get little peppers on them. So I'm really excited about that. This little guy we are going to prune today because I like for my peppers to look like that, where they don't have anything at the bottom. So I found these flowers. I normally get these ones just in different colors, but I found them in an orange, and they are called Kim Owen orange. Yeah, I don't know. I just like these ones, and then I always have snapdragons in my garden. So I will be planting a lot of snapdragons because the bees really, really love those. These are both new to my garden, so I'm kind of just letting them sit there until I get ready to plant them. Now I do have some flower seeds that I plan to plant too as well, but I'm gonna start everything in containers. So basically I just emptied out all the beans that I had started, so I'm gonna start new starts today. Some flowers, and then also some collard greens and some mustard greens and some turnip greens, and maybe some Swiss chard too as well. So I'm just gonna be in this cycle of just starting things and planting them and starting things and planting them. But right there is my favorite flower, guys. Those are my mums, and eventually you'll see mums all over my garden because I absolutely love mums. Look at how pretty these are. They had them for like $5 at the garden center, so these are my first mums of the year. So I do want to talk to you guys about something that I did use for the spider mites. Now, my garden got out of control with spider mites. I mean, they were literally everywhere and they were killing everything in my garden. So normally I don't put anything on my garden, but this time I was like, okay, I have to do something. And a lot of people suggested that I put diatomaceous earth on my plants. So I searched everywhere for a food grade diatomaceous earth, just because I wanted to make sure that I was putting something that if it wasn't completely organic, at least it was a food grade like material that was going on there. And one of the things that I really was careful about, because everybody also told me that if the diatomaceous earth got mixed in the soil that it could kill my worms. And for those of you guys that know, I worked super hard to get my worms in my garden in the desert. So one of the things I liked about getting this one, which I ordered off of Amazon, and I will link down below, it will be an affiliate link, so thank you guys for buying things through our affiliate link because it does support our channel. But it had this like little duster that went with it, and basically you can fill it up, and diatomaceous earth is dusty, guys. It gets everywhere, so be careful. Make sure you're not like breathing it in. Wear a mask or something like that when you're putting it down. But it had like a little pointer to where then I could just get it directly on the leaves and not get it everywhere all over the soil. So basically you just push it down and it just shoots out the dust. I found it to be extremely effective. It got rid of the spider mites that were in my garden. Some of my plants were already too far gone, but the ones that were not too far gone, I just dusted this on there and it literally got rid of them in a day. So although it's something that I'm not planning on just using in my garden as a preventative measure, I would rather only treat something that has a problem in my garden. I will have it on hand just in case something happens and things get out of control. Then I have at least something that I can use to kind of stop the spread from killing everything. So I just wanted to tell you guys that because I do pride myself in having an organic garden, but sometimes there are just some things that you can't really do anything about. And if there is a way to prevent it, to be able to make sure that we have a bigger harvest of stuff, I would rather do that, especially in times like this when I just want to make sure that we have enough food in our backyard to where we can pull from. But so let's move on to trimming this crazy shishito pepper. Now this is the one, I'll show you guys that I got from a garden store. We had only one of the shishito peppers that I had over last year survived this crazy summer that we had. So I wanted to find another shishito pepper. I couldn't find shishito pepper seeds anywhere, which was like, oh my god. And I couldn't find shishito starts anywhere too as well. And I also wanted to have a shishito pepper that was at the same time, so then we would have are growing at the same time. So pretty much we would have shishitos at the same time. So I found this one shishito plant that I rescued at the garden center. Now this one, if you guys can see in here, has actually 2 shishito plants growing in it, which is not really what I want in a little pot like this. So I think, which this is going to be pretty sad, but I'm going to have to pick which one I like the best. So I never grow my shishitos really close together just because they work really hard and they produce a lot of fruit. So I want to make sure that I'm giving them plenty of room and plenty of food to be able to do that. So time to pick one. Ugh. And it is not wanting to come out of there either. But it's okay. It's going to be for the best. It's so sad. This whole plant has to go, but it'll be for the best because it'll give this shishito plant now a lot more room just to grow, and it'll be a lot healthier because this one, it should be producing fruit at the same time, which it's flowering, but it wasn't producing a lot of fruit yet. And I think that that was because there was 2 of them in here. Now, normally I don't let them grow this low as well. I let it create more of a stem, but right now a lot of the main branches all start down here, so I'm just gonna leave them. But anything like this one right here, I'm gonna go ahead and trim off because I want to encourage the plants to grow tall versus short and squatty and bushy. So all of these little ones that haven't formed into a main stalk yet, I'm just gonna trim off, and I'm just gonna leave these 3 down here, and then I trimmed everything that was below them too as well. So I'm just gonna go in here and grab any other bad leaves that I see. This one I just got from up top, and it has a little bit of bug damage on it, not a lot. It actually, to be compacted in here, not have a lot of room for its roots, and not have a lot of love to it, it actually wasn't doing that bad. I do have a little bit of compost, so I'm going to pour the compost on top of here and fill it up, which I will go do right now. Okay, so I didn't have a ton of compost, but a little bit left and a little bit of potting soil left, so I filled it with what I had. I'm going to go get some more compost probably later on this month, but it's all pruned up and hopefully it'll start getting tall like this one. I'm gonna give it some fish fertilizer, give it a little bit of food so that it can hopefully start producing at the same time this one is and get tall like this one is too as well, and we can get a lot of shishito peppers this winter. If you guys haven't had winter shishito peppers, I will be the first to say you are missing out. Shishito peppers, people call them the lottery pepper. It's basically like one in every, I don't know, like maybe 20 or 30, it will burn your face off. But winter shishito peppers are very, very sweet and just a really nice pepper. So if you can, where you're at, grow winter shishito peppers because you guys will love them. Well, I hope that this was informative for you guys. It was just a little bit of something to let you guys know what I have going on and kind of see the things that I have going on back here and just what I'm doing. I'll be doing a garden tour later on this week. I'm now going to start being able to post things more back on schedule, so pretty much either every day or every other day I'll be able to post up more videos. So make sure you guys are subscribed and following the fun-filled desert life I have, because now is the growing season and now things are going to be able to get a little bit easier. But until next time, make sure you guys grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you with tons of food. Bye guys.